Everybody, welcome back into the show tonight. I'm Bryan Keating alongside Carson Cunningham. It is time to crash the boards.
It's our favorite time of the week.
Not the crashing the boards I think we all anticipated at the start of the weekend.
No.
Because so much has happened at Oklahoma State in the basketball job, and normally we talk so much about the Thunder. But this is all about Oklahoma State and Brad Underwood leaving Stillwater to go to Illinois yesterday in a, I think, just stunning move. When the news hit, everyone's jaw sort of hit the floor because you didn't see it coming. What was your reaction when everything happened and began to break and you began to make phone calls about Brad Underwood?
Well, we knew he was the most underpaid coach in the entire Big 12. We knew Kansas State might come calling his alma mater. We did not see him going to Illinois, a mid-tier Big 10 job. And I think the reason most of us were shocked was all his mantras about Coach Iba, Coach Sutton, this building, I love it here, and his everyday guy mantra. To me, all that falls on deaf ears now. You see him arrive at Illinois. He gives word-for-word quotes in Illinois that he gave in Stillwater. This feels like home. Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It turns out all of that stuff, you look like a total phony when you give the exact same quotes about two different places, two very different places. And we're going to talk about the money here just in a second. But for me, this all seems, I hate to make this comparison, but it kind of sounds a little bit like Kevin Durant. What did he say? Oklahoma fits my personality. I want to be here for life. What it came down to for Brad Underwood, he's just like every other coach. He wants to get paid, and he wants to get paid the most he can. It was not about his love affair with Oklahoma State.
Which is okay. That's his job.
Fine,
I mean, you know, that is what it is.
But that's why people were so stunned.
No question about it. I said it sent shockwaves throughout the state of Oklahoma because you didn't see it coming. And you're right. When he got here, it was all about Coach Iba and Eddie Sutton and Gallagher Iba, and we're going to build something. This is a special job. And his trajectory appeared that he was on pace to get all of those things accomplished. And people were very excited about the future of OSU basketball. And then all of a sudden it comes crashing down. And it's not like Illinois is Duke or
it's not
Kentucky.
No.
So stunning move, obviously, by Brad Underwood. Who do you blame in this deal? Is this just a matter that you look at Mike Holder as the athletic director and say, you screwed it up?
I don't go that far, but this falls at the feet of Mike Holder. It's his job to maintain a good relationship with his football coach, which he has not done. Him and Mike Gundy have been at odds for years now. And obviously, this was more about Brad making $3 million. I think the relationship he had with Mike Holder had to be an issue. And plus, Brad wanted market value. In the Big 12, you go up against behemoth coaches who have been to Final Fours, Elite Eights, Sweet 16s. He wanted to be paid like that. Mike Holder obviously didn't think he had seen enough to see that. He was 9-9 in conference. He was 1-8 against the top half of the Big 12. It's very similar season to what Travis Ford had his first year, so I get why Mike Holder was gun shy, but you have your guy. He wants $3 million. Pay him $3 million. You can't afford to start all over again. That's exactly what they had to do. This falls directly at the feet of Mike Holder. Brad Underwood isn't quite who we thought he was, but this falls directly on Mike Holder.
I blame Mike Holder for this. There's no question about it. You can't run from the fact that Mike Holder gave Travis Ford a ridiculous contract. Well, he set the bar for what it's like to be paid as the head coach at Oklahoma State. Brad Underwood doesn't have to feel sorry for Mike Holder that he might be a little gun shy, might not want to go out. Blame Holder, and I think so much of it comes back to that Travis Ford contract. He was scared to pay and do the same thing that he did to Travis Ford with another coach, and now your guy is gone, and that's because Mike Holder.
And he's painted himself into a corner because now he can't go to another coach and pay him $3 million. Everyone's going to be like, why didn't you just pay Brad Underwood $3 million, Mike Holder? He's painted himself into a corner.
Can't go get a big-time coach that way. That being said, what's next for Oklahoma State? Where do they go from here? You're going to hear a lot of the mid-major guys. I think you're going to hear some of the names that are unrealistic. Greg Marshall, Bill Self, maybe Tom Crean, who's just fired at Indiana.
Can you afford those guys?
That's what I'm saying. Because if you could afford them, then you would have paid Brad Underwood $2.5 million. Is Doug Gottlieb a name that you are interested in?
He's definitely a candidate. He was a candidate last year. I think the timing is perfect with Brad Underwood leaving at the altar after one season. And look, don't give me the no experience stuff. There's a direct precedent in the Big 12. His name's Fred Hoiberg. All he did with 0 coaching experience, 115 and 56 in 5 years, NCAA tournament 4 of 5 seasons, lost 5 home games his last 4 years. The guy was a smashing success, and by his own admission, didn't know a whole lot about college basketball. Hired smart assistants. You think Doug Gottlieb knows any assistants to hire? I think he's got a few, including his brother, who's a long time. Doug Gottlieb knows way more about the inner workings of college basketball than Fred Hoiberg ever dreamed of. I'm not saying he'll be as successful as Fred Hoiberg, but to simply dismiss Doug Gottlieb because he hasn't coached, you're not paying attention. There's a direct precedent in the Big 12. His name's Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah, I'm bringing Doug home in that way too, and I'm not saying you have to give him the job, but I think his name ought to be taken very seriously, because here's the thing, and if you believe in Doug Gottlieb, you believe in his promise that he would be able to recruit, because recruiting is the biggest key to success in college basketball. And I can almost guarantee he would win in living rooms. Can you learn how to be a head coach? Sure, there would be some ups and downs. There's no such thing as learning to go into somebody's living room and dominating. I think Doug is born to do that. So I think it is a legitimate interview candidate that I think ought to be taken seriously. I've never been the proponent that you go, we got to go get someone who will stay. I think that's how you lose.
Yeah.
I use Tulsa basketball as that example. They were rolling with
hiring good coaches,
hiring the best coaches available, and if they leave, you go hire the next dadgum best coach you could find. So I don't care that Doug would stay forever, but I think potentially it has the most upside.
Yeah, you're not just going out and hiring former player X, former player Y, former player Z. Doug has legitimate connections in the recruiting world, coaching world, and beyond in college basketball. It's more so than just the guy who's a great point guard.
Weird weekend for the OSU Cowboys looking for a basketball coach. He's Carson. I'm Bryan. That's Crashing the Boards.